The Bill was a show that kept us on the edge of our seats, showcasing the highs and lows of police work. But now, decades later, the cast has faced some shocking changes. In this video, we'll dive into the real names, ages, and the shocking stories behind the stars. Who's no longer with us and what tragic incidents have shaped their journeys? Let's find out. Jeff Stewart as P.C. Reg Hollis. Jeff Stewart, born on October 28, 1955, portrayed P.C. Reg Hollis in The Bill, bringing to life an eccentric yet dedicated police officer. When he was 29 years old, he became an icon of the series in 1984. With over 1,000 episodes, this role not only defined his career, but also led Stewart to supporting roles in Doctor Who, 1982, and the Best Actor Award at the Manhattan Film Festival for Under Jacob's Ladder, 2011. But the spotlight dimmed when he was suddenly fired in 2008, leading to a suicide attempt by slashing his wrists on set, a shocking event that rocked fans. Never married, without children, Stewart sank into loneliness, relying on a net worth of about £800,000, now dwindling due to a stalled career. His long battle with depression left him depleted, his disheveled gray hair and gaunt face reflecting years of sorrow. The suicide attempt, exploited by the media, cost him many chances to return to the screen. By 2025, at 70 years old, Stewart appears in independent films and charity events, but his weary look and deep wrinkles make him hard to recognize from his golden days. Kevin Lloyd as D.C. Alfred Tosh Lines. Kevin Lloyd, born on March 28, 1949, portrayed D.C. Alfred Tosh Lines in The Bill, bringing to life a clever but troubled detective. When he was 39 years old, he made his name through the series in 1988. With over 450 episodes, this role followed smaller parts in Coronation Street. But alcoholism destroyed everything. After success, Lloyd faced tragedy as his 22-year marriage to Leslie ended in 1995 due to his drinking habits, leaving him with 7 children and the pain of losing his youngest daughter, Chloe, to meningitis at 17 months. In 1998, he was fired after arriving drunk on set, and his attempt at rehab at the Dove Clinic failed as he continued drinking. A net worth under £400,000 was drained by his lavish lifestyle. His health collapsed, and Lloyd died on May 2, 1998, at 49 years old, choking on his vomit after a drinking binge just a week after his last scene. His death left fans mourning, with his son James Lloyd later joining The Bill as a tribute. Trudy Goodwin as W.P.C. June Ackland. Trudy Goodwin, born on November 23, 1951, portrayed W.P.C. June Ackland in The Bill, bringing to life a strong yet compassionate policewoman. When she was 32 years old, she became a symbol of the series in 1983. With 978 episodes, a world record role, she moved on to play Georgia Sharma in Emmerdale, 2011 to 2015, and appeared in Casualty. Her bright career was closely tied to family, having married Kit Jackson in 1978 and raising 2 daughters, including Ellie Jackson, who shone as LaRue. But Ellie's fame brought Goodwin stress, balancing motherhood and acting, leading to periods of exhaustion. Joint issues since 2018 forced her to cut back on work, and her net worth of around £2 million shrank due to healthcare costs. Though she avoided scandal, the pressure to maintain a public image aged her quickly, with silver hair and a slower gait. By 2025, at 74 years old, Goodwin appears in short films, acting workshops, and supports her daughter's music. But her altered appearance leaves fans struggling to recognize her. Eric Richard, as D.S. Bob Cryer. Eric Richard, born on June 27, 1940, portrayed D.S. Bob Cryer in The Bill, bringing to life an authoritative yet compassionate sergeant. When he was 44 years old, he became a pillar of the series in 1984. With nearly 790 episodes, this role led him to Dunkirk, 2017, and the Oscar-winning short film Stutterer, 2015. Beyond the spotlight, Richard found solace in his family, with a strong marriage and 3 children, but the loss of his grandson Charlie Smith in the 2004 Boxing Day tsunami made him withdrawn. His health declined from 2010 due to heart disease, forcing him to act less, and his net worth of around £1.3 million was impacted by medical expenses. Depression after the loss left marks on his deeply lined face, though he avoided major scandals. The years of grief made him appear older than his age, with a slower presence. By 2025, at 85 years old, Richard appears in independent films and charity work for disaster victims, but his frail look makes him hard to recognize. Mark Wingett as D.C. Jim Carver. Mark Wingett, born on January 1, 1961, portrayed D.C. Jim Carver in The Bill, bringing to life a policeman battling personal struggles. When he was 22 years old, he became the young star of the series in 1983. With 784 episodes, this role led him to EastEnders, 2005 to 2006, and Snow White and the Huntsman, 2012. Beyond the spotlight, Wingett found joy in his family, marrying Sharon Martin and having 2 children, but an affair with Yvonne Williams in 2000 strained the marriage, though they later reconciled. Gambling debts dragged him into financial trouble, with his net worth of about £1.1 million diminished. His health declined due to high blood pressure since 2015, forcing lifestyle changes. But the affair, exposed by the press, cost him contracts. A face marked with wrinkles and thinning hair reflects stormy years. By 2025, at 64 years old, Wingett joins the Bill podcast and stars in Dollhouse, 2020, but his tired appearance makes him hard to recognize. Graham Cole as PC Tony Stamp. Graham Cole, born on March 16, 1952, portrayed PC Tony Stamp in The Bill, bringing to life a reliable police driver. When he was 32 years old, he became an icon of the series in 1984. With over 1,200 episodes, this role led him to Law and Order, UK, and Holby City. After success, Cole found stability in nearly 40 years of marriage to Cherry Cole and their 2 children. But a sexual harassment allegation in 1990, though he was cleared, brought intense media scrutiny and affected his mental health. His health declined due to arthritis from 2015, limiting his pantomime performances, and his net worth of around £1.6 million was impacted by care costs. Awarded an OBE in 2010 for charity work, Cole remains optimistic, but the accusation made him live more privately, with white hair and a weary appearance. By 2025, at 73 years old, Cole takes part in charity events and the film 23 Walks, 2020. But his aged look makes fans struggle to recognize him. George Rossi as D.C. Duncan Lennox. George Rossi, born on September 28, 1961, portrayed D.C. Duncan Lennox in The Bill, bringing to life a charming and intelligent detective. When he was 32 years old, he brought new energy to the series in 1993. With nearly 200 episodes, this role led him to Taggart and Casualty, with a standout part in The Singing Detective, 1886. After the spotlight, Rossi found joy with his family, marrying and having children, but financial struggles after leaving The Bill in 2003 forced him to work constantly. His health declined from 2018 due to heart disease, leading to multiple hospital stays, and his net worth of about £700,000 was largely spent on his children. The strain of working away from family caused Rossi stress, with gray hair and a gaunt face reflecting illness. Rossi passed away on January 5, 2022, at 60 years old, leaving behind sadness, with his final images showing how rapidly he aged from sickness, Andrew Paul as P.C. Dave Quinnen. Andrew Paul, born on March 17, 1961, portrayed P.C. Dave Quinnen in The Bill, bringing to life a brave officer with a complex love life. When he was 26 years old, he became a star of the series in 1987. With over 700 episodes, this role led him to Coronation Street and Casualty. After success, Paul faced turmoil as his first marriage ended in 2000, pushing him into financial difficulties while supporting his ex-wife, leading him to live privately with a new partner, without children. His health declined due to back problems from 2015, limiting his acting, and his net worth of around £900,000 dwindled due to living costs. The divorce, exposed by the press, caused Paul stress with thinning hair and a slow gait. By 2025, at 64 years old, Paul performs on stage and in supporting roles in Where the Heart Is, but his aged appearance makes fans struggle to recognize him. Lisa Gayogan as P.C. Polly Page. Lisa Gayogan, born on June 1, 1966, portrayed P.C. Polly Page in The Bill, bringing to life a youthful and emotional policewoman. When she was 26 years old, she became a standout face of the series in 1992. With over 600 episodes, this role led her back to Casualty after an 11-year break. After the spotlight, Gayogan found comfort with her family, marrying and having a son. But the long break from acting caused financial strain, with a net worth of about £600,000. Controversy over her character's wrongful imprisonment drew criticism from viewers, affecting her mentally. Though her health remains stable, the pressure of returning to acting has left her looking tired, with wrinkles and early graying reflecting hard years. By 2025, at 59 years old, Gayogan appears in short films, acting workshops, and community projects, but her changed appearance leaves fans struggling to recognize her. Billy Murray as D.S. Don Beach. Billy Murray, born on October 6, 1941, portrayed D.S. Don Beach in The Bill, bringing to life a charismatic but corrupt detective. When he was 54 years old, he brought drama to the series in 1995. With nearly 200 episodes, this role led to a spin-off series and the role of Johnny Allen in EastEnders, winning Best Villain in 2006. After success, Murray sought stability with his family, marrying and having 3 children, but an assault allegation against his wife in 1990, though he was acquitted, damaged his reputation. His health declined due to heart disease from 2015, and his net worth of about £1.8 million was reduced by medical costs. The accusation, exploited by the media, cost him contracts, with white hair and a frail look. By 2025, at 84 years old, Murray appears in Rise of the Foot Soldier and charity events, but his aged appearance makes fans struggle to recognize him. Lisa Maxwell as D.I. Samantha Nixon. Lisa Maxwell, born on November 24, 1963, portrayed D.I. Samantha Nixon in The Bill, bringing to life a sharp and determined female detective. When she was 39 years old, she became a cornerstone of the series in 2002. With over 300 episodes, this role led her to Loose Women and Hollyoaks. After the spotlight, Maxwell found joy with her family, marrying Paul Jessup in 2014 and having 1 daughter, but the grueling schedule after leaving The Bill left her exhausted. She struggled with her weight, undergoing a weight loss journey in 2018, and her net worth of around £1.4 million was affected by television expenses. Controversial comments on Loose Women once drew criticism, with silver hair and wrinkles reflecting the pressure. By 2025, at 62 years old, Maxwell appears on Celebrity MasterChef and television projects, supporting charity, but her changed appearance leaves fans struggling to recognize her. Scott Maslin as D.S. Phil Hunter. Scott Maslin, born on June 25, 1971, portrayed D.S. Phil Hunter in The Bill, bringing to life a charming yet reckless detective. When he was 31 years old, he brought fresh energy to the series in 2002. With 240 episodes, this role led him to play Jack Branning in EastEnders, winning Sexiest Male 3 years in a row. After success, Maslin sought stability with his family, marrying Estelle Rubio and having one son, but cheating rumors in 2010, though denied, caused him stress. The pressures of fame led to burnout, with a net worth of about £2.5 million. Media fueled the rumors, and salt-and-pepper hair reflected his age. By 2025, at 54 years old, Maslin shines on EastEnders and Strictly Come Dancing, but his aging appearance makes fans struggle to recognize him. Christopher Ellison as DCI Frank Burnside. Christopher Ellison, born on December 16, 1946, portrayed DCI Frank Burnside in The Bill, bringing to life a tough detective who defied the rules. When he was 38 years old, he became a star of the series in 1984. With over 280 episodes, this role led to the spin-off series Burnside and a part in EastEnders. After the spotlight, Ellison found solace with his family, marrying Anita Ellison and having 2 children. But a stroke in 2020 caused aphasia, making his wife his caregiver. A 1990 allegation of inappropriate behavior once brought media scrutiny, with a frail appearance and speech difficulties. His health declined, and his net worth of about £1.5 million was depleted by medical costs. By 2025, at 79 years old, Ellison appears at charity events for stroke victims, but his aged look makes fans struggle to recognize him. Gary Lucy as PC Will Fletcher. Gary Lucy, born on November 27, 1981, portrayed PC Will Fletcher in The Bill, bringing to life an eager young police officer. When he was 25 years old, he became a fresh star of the series in 2006. With over 150 episodes, this role led him to Hollyoaks and EastEnders. After success, Lucy faced turmoil when he temporarily split from Natasha Gray in 2018, pushing him into financial strain with 4 children, and his net worth of about £1 million diminished. Arrogant behavior on Dancing on Ice in 2010 and reports of alcohol abuse drew criticism, with a gaunt face and thinning hair. By 2025, at 44 years old, Lucy appears in Hollyoaks and the stage show The Full Monty, but his altered appearance makes fans struggle to recognize him. Kim Tiddy as PC Honey Harmon. Kim Tiddy, born on September 3, 1977, portrayed PC Honey Harmon in The Bill, bringing to life a youthful and courageous policewoman. When she was 26 years old, she brought new energy to the series in 2003. With over 150 episodes, this role led her to Hollyoaks and Doctors. After the spotlight, Tiddy found joy with her family, being a mother of 2 and living with her partner, but fewer roles forced her into voiceover work, and her net worth of about £800,000 was affected by living expenses. Her character Heidi Costello's early death in Hollyoaks cost her further opportunities, and the pressure of raising children left her looking weary with early graying and wrinkles. By 2025, at 48 years old, Tiddy appears in Synced, 2021, and television projects supporting women's charities, but her changed appearance makes fans struggle to recognize her. Hugh Higginson as PC George Garfield. Hugh Higginson, born on February 21, 1964, portrayed PC George Garfield in The Bill, bringing to life a dedicated yet awkward police officer. When he was 25 years old, he became a familiar face of the series in 1989. With 682 episodes, this role defined Higginson's career. A stable career tied closely to family life, he married Geraldine Dove Higginson, had 1 child, and after divorce, married Hannah Waterman in 2022, having another son, Jack. However, migration and living costs in Sydney drained his net worth of about £1 million. Higginson's health declined from 2018 due to chronic joint pain, limiting his filming schedule, leaving him looking tired, with thinning hair and pronounced wrinkles. By 2025, at 61 years old, Higginson performs on the Australian stage and in short films, but his sluggish demeanor and gaunt face make fans struggle to recognize him from his prime. Sita Indrani as WPC Norika Datta. Sita Indrani, born on April 20, 1963, portrayed WPC Norika Datta in The Bill, bringing to life an intelligent policewoman with a radiant smile. When she was 26 years old, she brought fresh vitality to the series in 1989. With 421 episodes, this role earned her Best Supporting Actress, 1995, and Best Leading Actress, 1996. Yet after leaving The Bill in 1998, Indrani lived privately, never married, without children, focusing on her career and ballet training. Alongside this, stress from racial comments in the industry left her exhausted, and eye problems since 2019 limited her acting, with her net worth of about £1.2 million affected by medical costs. By 2025, at 62 years old, Indrani appears in the Opera Die Fledermaus and supports charity, but her changed appearance makes fans struggle to recognize her. Peter Ellis as CH Superintendent Charles Brownlow. Peter Ellis, born on May 30, 1936, portrayed CH Superintendent Charles Brownlow in The Bill, bringing to life a strict yet fair commander. When he was 48 years old, he became a pillar of the series in 1984. With 401 episodes, this role marked the peak of a 60-year career. Yet after leaving The Bill in 2000, Ellis focused on directing stage plays, meeting and marrying Anita Perry in 1997, with whom he had 2 children, alongside 3 children from 2 previous marriages. His health declined from 2015 due to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, forcing him to cut back work, with a net worth of about £1.5 million reduced by care costs. By 2025, at 89 years old, Ellis directs his wife's play, What Would Helen Mirren Do?, and participates in acting workshops, but his frail appearance makes fans struggle to recognize him. And that's a wrap on The Bill, cast then and now. The transformations are truly eye-opening, and some of the stories are heartbreaking. Which actor's change shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more nostalgic throwbacks and shocking updates. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Goodbye.